You are absolutely misrepresenting history, sir, and you know that you are, and you're dividing the American...
You've got to be kidding me. 36 days. That's how long the federal government's been frozen. Salary suspended, agencies dark, air traffic controllers hanging by a thread. And while the country's patience is dying, Speaker Mike Johnson steps to the mic to sell a miracle. Calm voice, polished suit. He says this is about fiscal discipline. Translation, we're broke, but it's your fault. And then, boom. From the back of the room, Chrissy Houlahan, Democrat, Air Force veteran, walks straight into his press conference like she owns the floor. No press pass, no permission, just fury. You represent all of us, sir. The room freezes. That's not a reporter. That's a sitting member of Congress calling out the Speaker of the House live on national television. Yeah, you heard that right. This wasn't a heckler. This was Washington's polite mask cracking wide open. Let's rewind. For over a month, America's been running on fumes. Federal workers unpaid, national parks closed, economists warning the shutdown could shave billions off GDP. Johnson's pitch is simple. Hold the line, blame the Democrats, survive the chaos. But the optics? Brutal. Photos of unpaid soldiers, empty airport kiosks, angry parents in D.C. holding signs reading, "Open our government." And here's where the pressure starts cooking. Johnson's own party split. The Freedom Caucus wants deeper cuts, real scorched earth politics. Moderates beg for compromise. Every camera in Washington's pointed at him, waiting for a crack. Meanwhile, Democrats sense blood. They know if Republicans own the shutdown, they own the backlash. But Houlahan, she's done waiting for press releases. She wants confrontation. So when Johnson walks out for his carefully scripted progress report, she decides enough talk. Time to make noise. It starts like every DC photo op. Johnson straightens his papers, thanks the press, flashes that practiced calm. Behind the cameras, whispers, exhaustion, caffeine breath. Then a voice cuts through, sharp, loud, relentless. "Mr. Speaker, people are suffering. When are you ending this shutdown?" Reporters spin, security shifts, and there she is. Houlahan, standing tall, pointing right at the podium. Johnson blinks. His jaw tightens. He tries to talk over her. Bad move. You don't get to lecture us about leadership when families can't eat. The crowd gasps. The speaker snaps back. "This is not the place, ma'am." She fires again. "It's exactly the place." And just like that, the press conference isn't about policy anymore. It's about power. Johnson loses the rhythm. He stammers through a statement. Reporters switch their cameras from him to her. The Speaker of the House just got hijacked live on air. Within minutes, clips explode online. Hashtag Houlahan versus Johnson trends. Fox calls it a Democrat stunt. MSNBC calls it the moment America finally saw the truth. Every outlet milks the chaos, because this is blood in the water. By nightfall, the political aftershocks hit full tilt. Republicans frame Houlahan as unhinged. Democrats hail her as fearless. Independents? They just rolled her eyes, because the circus finally looks like what it is. Behind closed doors, Johnson is furious. Sources say he told aides she disrespected the institution. Translation, she punctured my authority. GOP strategists meet in emergency calls. They fear the clip makes him look weak, a man shouted down by a woman on his own turf. Meanwhile, progressive donors flood Houlahan's campaign site. She raises $500,000 overnight. CNN panels call it a flashpoint in the gender politics of power. The Washington Post editorial board calls it a symptom of exhaustion in the body politic. Translation, everyone's profiting from the mess. And while the cameras focus on the drama, thousands of government workers quietly hit week 6 without pay. No food stamp checks, furloughs spreading through agencies, families burning savings just to survive, while politicians trade sound bites. Here's the uncomfortable truth. The shutdown didn't break because of budget math. It broke because nobody trusts anyone anymore. Every side thinks the other's faking good faith. Every microphone's a weapon.
And when trust collapses, one voice can ignite a riot of attention. That voice was Houlahan's. "You are the speaker for all of us." That line hits harder than any budget number because it reminds people that Washington forgot who all of us even means. But here's the part nobody's talking about. What happens when the speaker can't control the room anymore? When the next Democrat or even a Republican decides to walk in and do the same thing? Because once chaos goes viral, it becomes the playbook. Let's strip this down to what it really is. The shutdown's just the surface wound. Underneath, a total collapse of political respect. Think about the parallels. In the 1995 Gingrich-Clinton shutdown, negotiations happened behind closed doors. In 2018, under Trump, fights spilled onto Twitter but still stayed within party lines. Now, it's open rebellion, members of Congress storming each other's microphones on camera. We've crossed into political reality TV. The difference is, this season scripted by fury, not producers. Johnson's problem isn't just Houlahan. It's that she gave a face to public frustration. He looks like bureaucracy. She looks like emotion. Guess which one goes viral? And here's the kicker. Houlahan's background makes her untouchable in soundbite warfare. Air Force vet, engineer, no criminal record. A woman yelling, "Do your job," while a career politician fumbles his notes? That's not optics. That's a demolition. The GOP can call it disrespect all day, but to the average voter, she looked like accountability wearing a blazer. Meanwhile, Democrats are torn. Some love the viral energy. Others fear it exposes their desperation, because if they had the votes, they wouldn't need theatrics. And this isn't ending soon. Each side's addicted to outrage. Each side feeds off clicks. And guess who loses? The people who still believe government is supposed to govern. Scenario 1. Johnson retaliates. He pushes for House decorum rules. No unscheduled member interruptions. Fox hails him as restoring order, but it backfires when Democrats frame it as censorship. Scenario 2. Houlahan becomes the new progressive lightning rod. Cable bookings, podcast rounds, campaign donations. She leans into the truth-teller image. Democrats finally have their own viral fighter. Scenario 3. This becomes the new normal. Every crisis gets its crash moment. Every presser becomes performance art. And every voter grows a little more numb because shouting is easier to film than solutions. Each scenario shares one outcome. Johnson's authority, dented. Houlahan's integrity, questioned. The system's image, torched. And yet, people can't stop watching. So here we are. A shutdown that exposed the country's nerves and a confrontation that ripped them open. One woman shouting through the static, one man clinging to the podium, both claiming to speak for the people. Maybe that's America now, a place where silence equals weakness and the loudest mic wins. But ask yourself, what happens when the cameras turn off? When the workers still unpaid go home? When the next speaker steps up? Wondering if someone will crash his podium too. Because make no mistake, this isn't about Chrissy Houlahan or Mike Johnson. It's about a country running on outrage fuel, running out of truth. So yeah, she crashed his presser, but maybe she also crashed the illusion that Washington still knows what leadership means. What do you think? Was it courage or chaos? Accountability or theater? Drop your thoughts below, because the shutdown will end, eventually. But the next explosion, that's already ticking. Like, share, subscribe. This isn't politics anymore. This is America, live, unfiltered, and out of control.